Oh, what's up, Ray? Ain't nothing about to hop on here for a little bit. I don't think I went against the Warriors in a while. Jesus Christ. I just want to see if he could shoot. If he show me if he could show me that he could shoot, then that's when I close out. But a lot of dudes on here don't shoot much, except for Curry.
It'll be the Wizards off the tip. Poole with the ball. The floater, and the shot goes down. And when you look at the numbers for these teams, Brent, they both pile up assists.
Those are some of the better teams to play for and are the most dangerous in terms of setting up your scheme defensively. Coaching staffs have a really hard time trying to get their team ready against an opponent that moves the ball as often as both of these teams do tonight.
Pass to Green. The three ball. Sarr pulls it in. Here's Poole. And a foul call.
Oh, you got to finish that.
So he'll take two from the free throw line. It's going to go on Moses Moody.
And if you watch Poole enough, you're really going to appreciate that he can get it done in so many ways on the offensive end.
So he gets them both. All right, Graham, what do you think about Jordan Poole's nickname, the Pool Party?
Oh, it's very apt, right? Because when he's on, everyone is having a good time. But it also speaks to his relaxed attitude. He's out there to shoot and have fun while doing it.
Now here's Poole. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. George outside. Knocks down the long
Sir.
three.
Well, when you can score the
Oh,
ball,
all right,
and the
bet. Yeah, I
defense
didn't even
makes
see those other three.
adjustments your way to do that. Poole has to take advantage like that.
Pass to Green. Here's Post. Here's Moody to stop the run. Got a piece of it. Right side, Koulibaly.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, quick
Between
start.
his size and mobility, Sarr is the perfect lob threat.
And Steve
Third.
Kerr calls timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And the Warriors making a switch here. Outside heel. Pass to Curry. He shoots. They get it back. Jackson Davis.
At last, their cold streak is over. They finally found something that worked.
Yeah, the point is to score, so getting that first one, that always helps.
Here's Poole.
Oh, come on.
Uses
Give me
the
an and
glass
one,
to
ref.
finish the layup. Poole's got 6.
Those are 2 tough points from Poole. Great to see him mixing it up down low.
And Grant, when you play the Wizards, you better be ready to run.
BA, they like to speed you up. They force you to play at their pace. And on the flip side, that gives you open floor opportunities as well.
Clock is at 3. Jackson Davis misses.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Kicks it out to Middleton. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Outside Curry. From the high post.
No
And
way
hits
he
the
made
jumper
that.
for 2.
This is no way.
A good strategy here from the coaching staff. Put the ball in Curry's hands and see what happens. Usually ends up being pretty good.
Now here's Middleton. Poole right side. Pass to Sarr. Goes up on the wing. Warriors with the rebound.
Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Good shot.
Jimmy Butler's such an all-around player. He said, I don't need to be a 40-point scorer. My role is to impact winning. I just control what I can control in the end, play the right way, stay aggressive, and do whatever it takes to get my team the win. And Brian, he is good at his job.
Well, playoff Jimmy is a real thing, whether he'll admit it or not. Another shot. And that one's good. Koulibaly.
I mean, what do you expect when you give him the clear look? That's just too easy.
No, he's automatic from the mid-range, and the defense knows that. It's a mistake to give up a shot like that.
Outside heel. Jacks up a 3. Curry.
Damn, that's a good ass shot. I got to be
Curry's
I don't know.
got 5 now.
I mean, he's like a magician how quickly he gets that shot off. Was it ever there?
Now here's Poole. He's got 6. Tries to spin move. Here's Middleton. Jackson Davis grabs a miss.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again.
Washington leading by 4. George outside. And the foul called on Draymond Green. That's his first foul. And timeout is called by Brian Keefe. He wants to review the game plan. seconds left in the first quarter here. Here's Middleton. Oh, and the
Yes, sir.
buzzer beater is good.
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
Yeah, it's almost like he's playing with the wristwatch there. He knew the time, he executed.
And so the first quarter is in the books. It's the Wizards up by 6.
Hey, man, Middleton's bag on this joint is crazy.
If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And what do you think about how the Wizards are doing here?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
And you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
Wizards leading by 6. Stephen Curry is still playing, but the debates have already started about where he ranks among the all-time greats, Brent.
LBA, it's a matter of opinion, but if your opinion is that he shouldn't be up there, shame on you. At 6'2", this guy is pound for pound, maybe the best player that's ever suited up in this league.
It's
I
rebounded
think
by
somebody
Golden
named like
State.
Juice 434 or something like that. I think he won both of them, if I'm not mistaken.
Pass to Kuminga. Man, oh man, Kuminga with the easy bounce. Throws it down.
Leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding at rising up off the ground.
Back to Middleton. Rebounded by Hield. Warriors trail by 4. Kuminga up top. Here's Payton. He buries it from 3. Payton's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Smart up top. No points yet. Here's Carrington. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Yeah, the screen is the key to that whole sequence right there. No way he's
Yeah,
letting
the second
anybody
tournament,
power
the
their
second
way
one, I
through
lost
him
the second
on that
game.
pick.
But the first one, I think I came like 6th place or something like that.
But if they know
6th or
where to
5th.
move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
Wizards leading by 4. Now Middleton. Releases from the wing and
Go
drills
Middleton.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Outside Payton. Here's Curry. It's rebounded by Washington. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Now the Wizards in transition. Kicks it out to Smart. And here's Middleton. 6 to shoot. Over Payton. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
Now working in the mid-range, Middleton finding some ways to play in between.
And the second one, I think I actually lost to Boston.
Head coaches the Warriors have had, Brent.
Well, I'm not sure there's ever been a more perfect fit for a team than Steve Kerr with the Golden State Warriors. It has been a magical run in the Bay Area, and you just look at the type of connectivity with his players, and again, how much joy these Warriors play with. Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. And it's Poole with the ball for the Wizards. It's a 5-point game. Kispert on the wing. Here's Sarr. Kispert outside. George for 3. The rebound by Moody. Here's Podziemski. And he makes it on the layup. Now just a 3-point Washington lead.
Well, heady plays like that are what Jimmy Butler is all about. He knows where the defense is.
Pass to George. Back to Poole. Deflects the pass. And it's out of bounds to the Wizards as Washington retains possession. And 1:01 left in the first half. Sends it home from three-point land.
Oh, man, this is the kind of range Poole has, and the defense better recognize.
It's tipped. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Sarr. Left side Butler. Over Kispert. The shot by Butler, no good. And you'd like to go 2 for 1 here, Grant.
And at the same time, you want to get a good shot here, B.A.
Poole shot is off.
I hate.
Warriors trail by 6. Outside Pajemski. Outside Moody. Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Washington. 17 seconds left in the second quarter. Poole with the ball. 9 points in the game. Here's Coulibaly. And a miss there on the triple. It'll count. He's off on that one. And so we wrap up the first half. It's Washington up 6. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Yeah, I think top 8 got the prize, if I'm not mistaken.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Grant, when you look at Draymond Green's career, you think he's going to the Hall of Fame?
You know, B.A., I believe so. He's won multiple titles, and we know how impactful he has been as a defender and distributor especially. I think we'll see him in Springfield one day.
Here's Sarr. Down low. Nice pass. Nice catch. And a resounding dunk.
The Frenchman, s'il vous plaît. Taking flight. You gotta like Sarr.
Outside, Green. Outside, Butler. Now here's Curry. He's got 5. Shot clock at 6. 4-3.
I gotta be ready for that.
It's so fun to watch Steph Curry shoot a jump shot. It doesn't get any better than watching this guy pull the trigger.
There's a screen. Pass to Sarr. Kicks it to George. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Warriors trail by 5. And Bilal Coulibaly picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Butler surveying the floor. And a missed layup. Wizards leading by 5. And the Wizards on the break. Tries to save it. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Warriors.
Looked like a simple play and turned into a turnover. Can't give away possessions like that.
With the Bradley Beal trade, Washington made it clear they were going in a new direction, Brent.
Yeah, it felt like the Wizards were stuck in the Delaware just a little bit. They won 34 or 35 games for 3 straight seasons, and trading away Bradley Beal was an admittance to, hey, we've got to start over. We've got to do something to get some younger players in here on the roster and give us some flexibility. The future is now for the Washington Wizards.
Well, whenever Jordan Poole is out there, Brent, you expect some highlight reel moments.
Well, there's no doubt that Jordan Poole's the kind of player that's going to take some chances. And sometimes it doesn't go so well, but when the times pay off, B.A., it is special.
talk it over. Yeah, Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, BA, from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times.
Making a change here.
Substitution on the court.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. It's George on the wing. That one goes in.
Hey.
George has got 5 points.
It's fun for us to sit back and watch him go to work, but that's our job, not the defense's. They left him too open on that play.
Outside heel. Lets it go from deep. And it's Coulibaly with a rebound. Washington leading by 6. Inside. Here's Holmes. Oh, it's
good
Holmes
pass.
with the big jam.
Rashawn
Damn.
Holmes with the flush.
You getting triple doubles with these
A
niggas.
little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Wizards last season for the first time in a long time hitting the reset button. A losing record, no surprise, but they're trying to build something from the ground up. Enough of treading water in the middle, Brian. They're 45 straight seasons without hitting 50 wins, the longest such streak in NBA history.
Ooh, not good there, Allie. Thank you. Pass to Peyton. Outside Kuminga. Just 5 on the clock. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. And Brent, you always see the flashes, but now it seems the game is slowed down for Kuminga.
Well, BA, a lot of fans clamoring for Kuminga to get minutes even earlier on, but the Warriors took a very slow approach to his development, and now you're starting to see some of that athleticism and strength and some of that patience paying off for Jonathan Kuminga.
Both free throws good for Kuminga. One thing this Golden State team does very well is control the offensive glass, Brent.
Well, there's been a lot of talk analytically, BA, about how advantageous it is to come in and swoop through to grab offensive rebounds. Golden State has bought into that philosophy. They also have guys who take a lot of long shots,
Good read.
long rebounds with a better chance of gaining an extra possession. So some smart analytical play here from Golden State in the past couple seasons.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Now Peyton. Outside Moody. Pass to Heel. Over Smart. Ooh, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops in.
Good job in the mid-range.
I'm not sure. I got
squared
checked.
up and scores.
And the foul called on Buddy Hield. That's his first foul. On defense, the Warriors. Trailing by 8. It's his first trip to the line.
Second personal foul. Third team foul.
And that one falls for Smart. So it's both teams making substitutions here. He's perfect from the line this time. Well, Brent, since 1980, the Wizards have had home court advantage in the playoffs just one time.
BA, do you want to have anything that you want to share that's positive about the Wizards? I mean, this team has not made it out of the second round in that span. So hard to envision that happening anytime soon. You got a long way to go.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Wizards.
They've been all about high percentage looks in this game, working the ball inside and doing whatever it takes to get it to go.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Brent, you could hit the three back in your day, and no doubt, Stephen Curry is the best three-point shooter in league history. What makes him so good from deep?
To me, BA, it comes down to the way that Steph goes about his habits in practice. If you ever watch footage of him in pregame warm-ups or in the offseason, there is so much variability in what he does in terms of preparing his feet and hands to shoot the basketball. There's no one that practices the way that Steph does, and there's no one that produces the way that he does either.
Now well into his 30s, is it fair to start wondering how many seasons Jimmy Butler has left, Grant?
Well, it's a fair question, BA. But at the same time, Jimmy's hunger is just so different than everybody else's, which I could see helping prolong his career.
Champagny, that's good.
Bucket.
3 points.
Warriors trail by 8.
Yeah, just hold for the last shot. Don't give them another possession at all.
Yeah, hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
Up top, Curry. There's the triple. And Curry
I
with the answer.
whispered to him, and for some reason he just ran away.
Running
That's
long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking
Yeah.
towards the
All
three-point
good.
line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
And that'll do it for the third quarter. It's Washington. They're up by 5. Three tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. And it's Poole with the ball for the Washington Wizards. They've led by as much as 10. Oh, what an effort by Poole.
And he's absolutely feeling it. There is no hesitation from Jordan Poole.
Curry with it. Poole picks him up. Pass to Looney. And here's Peyton. Clock at 6. Golden State needs to get off a shot. They get it again. Looney.
Washington foul.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Personal foul.
They'll pin that one on Marcus Smart.
Well, the defender was all over Kevon Looney, and he got physical right back. That's a nice play.
And when you look back at the 2023 draft, the Warriors got great value out of their picks.
Yeah, I mean, they got Pajimski with the 19th pick, a versatile player who impacts the game at both ends. And they also got Trace Jackson Davis late in the second round. And he is a fundamentally sound big man with great upside.
Here's Champagny. Rebounded by Hield. Warriors trail by 5. Here's Kuminga. Oh, Kuminga! Strong like bull.
And just great intensity down the stretch. I mean, he really wants to rock with the game on the line.
We'll take a look at him, locked in right now in this moment, wants the ball in his hands and feels real comfortable with the shot he's taking.
And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Brian Keefe was saying to the team. Coach was blunt with his assessment. He said to throw out everything that happened until now. It is a brand new game, and it's only a few minutes. Leave it out on the floor. Back to you guys.
Thanks for that, Allie. They grab their own miss. The Warriors trailing. Here's Kuminga. Ooh, Kuminga. So deadly at the rim.
Well, this guy, Jimmy Butler, not showing that he's a ball stopper. Awareness, finds the open man.
Outside Koulibaly. There's a screen. George left side. Poole outside. Second chance shot. Pass to Sarr. And stolen by Green. To the inside. Back to Kuminga. Over Middleton. Dominguez shot is off. He got him. No doubt
Playing
that's
real
a foul.
dumb right now.
And it's going to be a transition take foul. Free throw good. Poole. The Wizards with a lead. Poole work in the interior.
Ooh, that's nice.
And no lack of confidence from Jordan Poole on a floater like that.
Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Pass to Hield. Now here's Podziemski. Hield with the ball. Koulibaly defending. Here's Knox. And here's Podziemski. Fires from deep. It's rebounded by George.
Well, you make strides to get back in the ball game, but an errant shot like that.
Oh my goodness!
That's
Poole
tough.
is deep in his bag.
As a defender, a guy with handles like Poole is the last assignment that you want to draw.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. Just about 3 minutes through the fourth and final quarter here. It's rebounded by Washington. They've led by as much as 10. It's Poole on the wing. For three. Look at Poole.
Oh,
showing the
Jordan Poole.
range.
They're locked in and focused on making each possession a success.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
Here's Curry. Tipped.
And as Sarr gets older, he'll learn how to use his length even more.
2 points. That one goes.
He got lucky.
Mid-range, plenty of room for that release. He's going to take those all day long.
Pass to Sarr.
All the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
1:10 left in the fourth. Shot is good by Curry.
And Curry's found his groove out there, and that's a scary thought.
Washington leading by 7. Koulibaly on the wing. And the foul called on Buddy Hield. That's his third foul so far.
These calls can be so difficult for officials to make.
Warriors on D. Here's Poole. 6 on the shot clock. Kicks it to George. The Wizards need to get off a shot here. Middleton from the outside.
Damn,
It's
that's a
good.
dagger.
Set up beautifully by George.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Loved it. The guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Hield for 3. Nails it from 3. Here's Poole. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. George scanning the floor.
Draymond Green. Second personal foul. Third team foul.
He drops the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8.
Jordan Poole.
And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 9-point game here.
Breathe easy now. The biggest free throws in the game, and he's coming through.
And that's a foul called on Stephen Curry. That's
Good
his
win,
first
fellas.
foul of the game. We're in the bonus now, and they'll go to the line. He hits the first one, and that'll push the lead to double digits.
Taking 2 shots.
And the second free throw, no good. Tough break there.
He did enough to put this one away. Just a hard-fought battle.
And it's It's Jimmy Butler with the foul. So that'll be a second foul of the game. We're in the
Block
bonus.
one out.
We'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Over.
Shooting for Washington, Jordan.
And he knocks down the first one.
Taking 2 shots.
And both free throws good for Poole. So we see the Wizards taking the W here. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the wins can feel a little sweeter. This one has to feel extra special.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So alongside Grant Hill.
Probably one. Get one more in.
Brian Anderson, along with Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. Our reporter, Allie LaForce. And so off the tip, it's the Magic. Here's Carter. And that's good. His first bucket of the game. You know, on paper, this looks like a lopsided matchup. But anything can happen in the NBA, Grant.
That is the truth. I mean, that's why they play the games. One guy gets hot, a team gets cold. That's all it takes to swing the entire outcome of a game. And he is a hard charger. Ivy only plays at full speed. A great burst on his drives.
The baseline J. Suggs, no good. And now the Pistons in transition. Back to Cunningham. From 13. Orlando with the rebound. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Jamal Mosley gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. I asked him what's the key to slowing down Cade
that's
Cunningham.
tough, Wagner.
The coach said, quote, not letting him get clean looks inside the arc. Cade is a terrific mid-range shooter and a solid finisher inside, so we just have to get a hand in his face on every shot. Limiting his production could be the difference in this game.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. You know, Clark, something Kentavious Caldwell-Pope brings, that championship experience.
And every championship team has a guy like KCP, a guy who can make shots, who's always there, ultra reliable, plays both ends, doesn't step out of his role, and all he does
there we go.
win championships. I love watching guys like that contribute in a meaningful way to championship teams. And he's a fun guy to watch because he does his job at a high level pretty much every night.
And I love the energy from Cunningham inside, pushing to get the bucket.
Suggs surveys the D. Shot clock at 5. The Magic need to put one up here. Here's Banchero. And there are the Magic with another bucket.
Banchero showing nice poise there, refusing to rush his shooting motion. Well done there.
Here's Cunningham. And that one drops for him. Cunningham's got 6 points.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's Banchero. Suggs outside. What a terrific move that is.
A physical guard, Suggs loves working inside. He doesn't back away from the paint at all.
Duran the screen. Here's Cunningham. And the layup is good off the glass.
Can we play some defense, y'all?
Give him 8 points now.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Suggs with it. And it's Ivy picking him up. Caldwell-Pope for 3. It's good on the putback.
Right there. I mean, Carter using his instincts and his motor to track down the miss and convert it into second chance points. That's just really good work.
Duran, no good.
Well, that's a look he has to finish, and he knows it. Blown opportunity.
Well, after a decade of uncertainty, Magic fans now have a lot to cheer about.
This is the most optimism they've had around the team since the Dwight Howard era. And it centers around their young star, Paolo Banchero. He is going to be a force for a very long time.
Back to Ivy. Here's Cunningham. Inside. Harris misses. Magic leading by 5. Pass to Wagner. Over Cunningham. No good, off the front rim.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over.
We in good shape, though.
teams changing it up here. Down low. And finished off by Stewart.
With the explosive leaping ability, he's able to play center despite being undersized.
And so it's Suggs. He brings it up for the Magic. 3-point lead. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
That's how I
Rebound
drive
by
right
Stewart. And it's Detroit with the ball. To the inside. For three, here's Harris. Here's Ivy. And he goes in for the dunk.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
And Carroll right side. He gets it up. No good on the buzzer beater. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Orlando ahead, up by 1. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Magic.
Their chemistry. That's what really stood out so far in this one to me. Look at the number of assists they've been able to rack up so far.
Now here's Cunningham. Pass to Ivy. Harris outside. Now here's Cunningham. Another shot. 6 to shoot. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
And I like how tough Cunningham is, welcoming the contact on the way to the hoop.
Detroit shooting their initial free throws of the game here. And it's tied up with that one. And make no mistake, Cade Cunningham is the engine of this team, Grant.
Man, his vision and playmaking are crucial to the offense. Coach trusts him to make the right reads and set up his teammates. He has cut down on mistakes and is rounding into an elite point guard.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. Well, Clark, as we know, player comparison is a popular exercise among fans and analysts alike.
Yeah, I've never really ascribed to that, but in this day and age, I think it's even more unfair to do so because the game has changed tremendously. I mean, three-point attempts and scoring averages are way north, in large part because of the pace of play. So the game has changed, and that means when you're comparing players, it's a little harder to do in a fair manner.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie.
I'll finish that.
Thank you, Brian. Well, the Pistons have struggled despite the improvement of their young cornerstone, Cade Cunningham. He said, quote, "This league rewards winning. People are going to say everything I'm doing is empty and meaningless until I win games. That's what I plan on doing, and once I do that, all the other stuff will come with it." Guys?
That's a great perspective to keep right there, Allie. Thank you.
Bruh, 150 is crazy. Making these niggas look like Wilt.
First free throw is good. All right, Grant, I have to ask you, has there ever been a more intimidating team than the old bad boy Pistons?
Well, they were fancy, but they played hard and they played physical basketball. Every team that faced those Detroit teams knew they were in for a battle.
And count it. The shot is good, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, just too strong right there. Duran is so good at fighting through contact on the way up.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Detroit.
In the early goings, their effort level has been exceptional. They're speeding around the defense and opening up options with good penetration.
Orlando trailing here. To the wing, right side. Here's Banchero. Bumped and finishes. Great stuff from Banchero.
Oh, too big, too strong. It'll take more than that to stop Banchero.
To the paint. Harris. It's hauled in by Isaac. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Pass to Batase. Out to the right wing. Caldwell Pope for three. Connects from downtown.
Way to be patient.
Love the rise and fire approach from KCP. Gotta be impressed with this guy's confidence.
Here's Duran. Orlando grabs the miss. And he's going for the oop here.
Hey.
High and down it goes on the lob.
And the lead increases on a crazy
All right, we gotta get back.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely sleek.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. Pure from three-point
Okay,
range.
Caldwell.
Caldwell Pope got 6 points.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Puts up a deep three. And it's Harris with the
I tried to
rebound.
make it 3.
Pistons trail up by 6. I'll say this, Banchero is a guy that opponents can't forget about for a second. And you see it in all the defensive attention he gets. Teams show him all kinds of different looks, and he draws a bunch of double teams in isolation. Pass to Black.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
To the middle. The kick out to Banchero. Shoots over Beasley. Banchero no good. Back to Beasley. Down low. Here's Harris. It's hauled in by Black. Here's Orlando. They've outscored them 10-2 during this run. To the left wing. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation there on the defense. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. And he shows the focus there. Nails the team. And the Magic surprising many league-wide, Clark, with how they've broken through.
And the way they're winning, I might add. I mean, rugged physical defense is their identity and calling card. Not necessarily what you expect to see from a young team, B.A.
And there is a whistle. That goes on Tobias Harris. That's his first foul. And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play.
Hey,
And
KCP.
Caldwell Pope gets it to go.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
And there is a whistle. That goes on Tobias Harris. That'll be a second foul of the game.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Now here's Suggs. Shot on the wing. Thompson pulls it in.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
Ivy outside. Inside. To halt the run. The rebound by Carter. Magic leading by 10. On the wing, Caldwell Pope. And another 3-4.
Oh, yeah, he on one today.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor space.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. And stolen by Cunningham. And the Pistons pushing it up now. Now Duren. That falls. Nice feed that time from Cunningham. Duren's got 7 points.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision excellent.
Caldwell Pope for 3. And so it's the Orlando Magic. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Getting lots of great looks. Shooting it well. That's why they're up. Back after this. Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Ivy outside. To the paint. Here's Harris. Over Banchero. Count it. Good.
Way.
Really become much more adept at finishing hard shots. Great focus there.
On the wing, Caldwell Pope. Duren with the rebound. Pistons trail up by 7. To the inside. Here's Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Flying high, Asar Thompson. I wish I still had hops like that.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, Paolo Banchero grew up in Seattle playing pros every summer, and that gave him a huge leg up
I gotta
in the
work on
NBA.
his jumper.
He said, quote, they'd always tell me it's not as hard as you think. You just have to be focused and locked in. That's what led to me having that demeanor. Brian?
The 2023 Rookie of the Year, Allie. He hit the ground running. Stolen by Thompson. On the break. Harris with it. Now guarded by Suggs. Cunningham outside. To the middle. Here's Duren. And the dunk by Duren.
And nice work there in the pick and roll. Cunningham demonstrating improvement in knowing how to break defenses down.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. Fires the 3. And another miss by Orlando. Pistons trail up by 3. To the paint. That falls. Nice feed that time from Cunningham. Ivy's got 6.
They're doing the job on both ends, getting stops and attacking offensively.
You know, it's taken a big run, but they were able to get back into this one. Very impressive. No quitting these guys.
And we've got a timeout from Jamal
Stop that
Mosley.
damn run.
He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And the timeout called here by J.B. Bickerstaff. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Here's Suggs. Wagner, right side. On target from range. Wagner's got 8.
Hunting for that shot. Wagner wants to eat.
Clark, we know how great Wagner is offensively. He's a plus defender as well.
You know what? I think he takes great pride in being a versatile, high-level defender. I mean, he focuses on that and gives great effort there. Offense comes relatively easy. He's got a great skill set, good size and mobility. But the defense is where he's really focused on excelling.
Oh, that's tough.
Good work by Wagner there, taking advantage of a point-blank opportunity.
Cunningham with the ball. He's picked up by Ben Caro. Out to Harris. There's Cunningham with a 3. And it's Orlando with a rebound. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Ben Caro no good. Pistons trail up by 4. Inside. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around. Duran's got 6 here in the quarter.
And Jalen is just taking over in this one. This is how lethal of a player he can be.
Caldwell Pope for 3. Duran with a rebound. Here's Cunningham. Thompson scanning the floor. Pass to Harris. 5 on the clock. The Pistons need to get one up quick. And Harris throws it down.
Tell you what, fellas, like seeing Harris be engaged from there. I mean, refusing to settle for the simple layup. Nice finish.
Here's Carter. Outside, Caldwell Pope. Wing shot on the way. Duran with a rebound. There's Cunningham with a 3. Nice work beyond the arc by Cunningham.
Man, that right there gives you a sense of just how quick Cunningham really is.
Down low. Ben Caro outside. Here he goes. Back to Wagner. To stop the run. Hits the trifecta.
Good ball movement, y'all.
Wagner's got 13 now.
Wagner with the right back at your answer on the 3. Pretty impressive right there.
And it's Cunningham missing. And here's Wagner. He'll bring it up for the Orlando Magic. He's got it. 6 of 10 now. 6 lead changes in a game that has a lot of character.
Yeah, both sides stepping up and making big plays.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Ivy. The shot no good. Great D that time from Ben Caro. And Caro on the take. Yes, it's good. Now it's a 4-point Orlando lead.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
It's been all about Franz Wagner for the Magic. He
Way to
put
close
together
quarter.
10 points in the quarter. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
The Pistons, 42.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. Magic leading by 4. Stolen by Ivy. And that one is hammered home.
Oh, rocketing off the floor. Ivy using all of his athletic ability on the jam.
Bam in the damn
The
stick,
whistle
buddy.
blows. It's going to be on Asar Thompson. That's his first foul of the game. And J.B. Bickerstaff decides to call timeout. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. Check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey team, I was able to catch the message that J.B. Bickerstaff was giving to his team. Coach delivered some inspiration for his team. He said, quote, "We're close. We are inches away from it. Do you feel it? I feel it. This is ours if we want it." Back to you, Ryan.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. And the timeout called here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. Here's Black. Wagner left side. Wagner on the wing. Hardaway comes with a double. And there's the foul. It'll go on Tim Hardaway. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
On defense, the Pistons. Trailing by 2. Cunningham with the ball. Pass to Stewart. That falls. Nice feed that time from Cunningham.
This is when your interior D has to be on high alert.
And here are the Magic now. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Picked by Isaac. Here's Wagner. Gets it to go from 18 feet
good
away.
shot.
Wagner's got 12 points here in the second half.
You like to see that from Wagner. I mean, as he continues to develop his mid-range game, I think we'll see more and more of that.
Yep, that one goes.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Wagner. Count it. Now 8 for 13 with that basket.
Wagner saw the opening and took off, slashing with the best of them.
It's Cunningham with a drive. Cunningham going up and through the defense.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
Wagner outside. Shoots over Holland. Kept alive by Orlando. Wagner outside. Let's go with a 3. Offensive board. Wagner right side. Over Stewart. Wagner outside. Knocks it down.
Thank you. All them offensive rebounds, we had to make a shot.
Wagner's got 7 points for the quarter.
Really like how Wagner has really gone after it on offense. That's part of why he's hot right now.
There's Cunningham with a 3. Lets the 3 fly. It's hauled in by Isaac. Magic leading by 3. Wagner outside. Shakes him. The rebound by Detroit.
I look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee.
And J.B. Bickerstaff decides to call timeout, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. Both teams deciding to change it up. Pistons trail by 3. Cunningham outside. To the inside. It's deflected.
Yeah, this is something we might see Banchero work on. Improving his ability to knock away shots.
A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Orlando.
Well, you know, they've been tremendous, I think, when it comes to sharing the basketball. You know, getting guys involved on the plays and creating offensive opportunities for everybody. Equal opportunity offense is fun to watch.
And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan.
It's time for T-shirt.
And the Pistons making a change here.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Carter.
You know, when we talk about the modern big, Carter Jr. is a great example of it. He can shoot, he boards it, he's got good size and a pretty diverse skill set.
1:56 left in the fourth quarter.
Not afraid of taking big shots. Cunningham rises to the occasion and delivers.
Here's Suggs. And another miss by
And you got to make that.
And the defense gets bailed out by the miss. He usually converts that.
Back to Cunningham. Cunningham into the lane. Ivy outside. And it's out of bounds to the Pistons as Detroit retains possession. And the timeout called here by J.B. Bickerstaff.
Oh, this man used up all his timeouts. What is he calling timeout for?
And he's got a plan to share with his guys.
Oh, to advance the ball. He can still do that.
Pistons trail by 3. Cunningham drives in. Here's Duran. Harris outside. Buries it from 3.
That's a big-time bucket from Harris. I mean, so cool, confident, and composed in these big moments. He's made for it.
outside. Shoots over Beasley.
Go, Wagner.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Pass to Ivy. Back to Cunningham. Out to Harris. Cunningham with the ball. 5 to shoot. Harris with it. Guarded by Vancaro.
Come on, good D, good D, good D, good D. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Intentional foul. Grant, they'd love to milk the clock here.
No question. They're in a great situation right here.
The 3 from Vancaro.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
And stepping up when it's clutch time, that's a very mature play by the young Vancaro.
And here's Cunningham outside. Vancaro outside. Oh, stolen by Harris. And
Great
so
game, great game.
takes the win. Boy, a hard-fought game. They did a great job of holding
All right, that was my last one. I'm going to get up off this jump.
Get the
I'll be back
coffee, 'cause
tomorrow,
that's
though.
the way to close.